Hey there, everyone. This is Joseph Jameron Medina, author of Dangerous Faces, and today I'm here to talk to you about formatting your own paperbacks. Yeah, it's oftentimes I've come across different websites about how to format your own paperback, and it's always been really difficult. For some reason, people aren't really writing about or talking about the fact that Scrivener can actually format paperbacks for you and actually do a pretty good job at it too. I've done that for my first two books, Dangerous Faces, Volume 1 and 2, and I plan on doing it, for the foreseeable future. It's actually a lot easier than I expected it to be. I know for Volume 1, I was planning on just like, you know what, I'm just going to do Kindle, I'm going to stick to Kindle, I don't want to worry about it, I don't want to have to pay someone, and then I spent 2 days just trying to figure it out. I was looking up all kinds of sites that are like, oh yeah, if you do this, you do this, you do this, all kinds of complicated stuff, and I was just like, alright, I'm not going to do it. And then while searching through Scrivener, I noticed it had a feature that did that, and I was like, well, no one's talking about it, so it really can't be that good, can it? Well, surprisingly enough, it actually is pretty awesome. Now, keep in mind, this is by no means going to be an extensive look at how to go about formatting your books for paperback, but it's kind of a way for you to realize that the feature exists and it's worth exploring. You could definitely feel you could definitely feel your way around the program as you get used to it. But here's Scrivener, as I'm sure many of you know. This is my manuscript for Dangerous Faces, Volume 2, and all my stuff, including my afterword, all that stuff, good, whatever. Anyway, so as usual, you go to compile, and from there, you're of course given the many different options that will pop up. Now here we have many options, including ebook, enumerated outline, nonfiction, manuscript, paperback, and many others. But of course, we're here to focus on paperback, so I just choose that as my format. Oftentimes it says for print, I say for PDF because I want to make it into a PDF. From there, you have your many different options, such as formatting, how you want your chapters to look, and all that. And once again, I'm not going to necessarily walk you through this entire thing, but it's good to know that many different options exist. For example, I haven't toyed with how to change the font size because I've been happy with the default font size they give me. So I'm not sure where that option works or how it works, but it does, I'm sure, exist to some capacity. So you're able to go through here, and I know another thing that helps give this formatting a little more credibility is sort of this page settings right here. So first things first, if you go to, say, for example, you're working through CreateSpace, they give you all kinds of different page dimensions, or not page dimensions, but book dimensions. And for me, I chose one that I wanted, which I wanted to be, let's see here, I made one here, 5.06 by 7.81 inches. That's what I chose, and you could definitely choose your own based on here, or make your own custom size or other, and you could set it to a certain standard. So right now, I don't have to think about it anymore. I go straight to CreateSpace, and this is the format, the style, the size that I picked. And then from there, I have to do all of my normal formatting stuff. So for example, if you want the top of the left page to say the title, or you want the bottom left, the bottom outside of each page to sort of show the page number, and you want your own author's name at the top right corner, you're able to do that with this using the various different options they have here. It takes a little bit of practice and trial and error to make sure that you're getting everything done right, but it is a lot of fun to do, to try and see how everything turns out and going from there, and it's really rewarding. So I highly recommend playing around with that. Now, one other thing I highly recommend you do is to also consider the logic of blank pages. Now, here's what I mean by that. Obviously, you have your pages, and each of them has like a front and back to them, and this keys the sound of page flipping. I'm looking through a book as I go through this, but obviously there's some pages where one page has text on it and the other page doesn't, and you want to be able to manipulate that so you can get the book formatted the way you want. So I'll show you an example. As you can see here at the left hand side, you see one page that says blank on it. Okay, so actually let me just take a look really quick. So there it says blank, and as you can see, I actually have the bracket thing and then $ blank underscore page. That means that this will read it, the software will read it as a blank page, and as opposed to showing, I don't know, anything else, because otherwise it will like ignore it, or it would be really weird. The formatting thing is kind of weird, so you have to make sure if you want a blank page, you want to do that. So following my last chapter, I will have a blank page, and then another afterward call to action type stuff. So if I go to compile, back to where I was before, hopefully most of my stuff stayed. Also, you want to make sure that all of the stuff, all the blank pages that you have, as you can see, I have front matter that's paperback novel. It consists of plenty of blank pages that also have that blank page formatting. For those ones, you want to make sure you highlight as is. Otherwise, it's going to give you some weird copy, just copy errors. It's going to look terrible. So I have that for the front, and I have that for the back as well. As far as I know, I think the size is correct. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. So I'm going to compile this, and I'm going to put it, let's just put it in downloads for now. And I'll just put volume 2 video test. That's just so I keep it out of the way. And here it's doing its magic. Okay, now let's take a look, now that it's downloaded, what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an Adobe Acrobat, as most do. Some people use Preview, but it doesn't really matter. Pretty much what you want is you want to be able to put it in a side-by-side 2-page view, so you can take a look how the formatting would look inside of a book. So page display, 2-page view, zoom out a bit, so the first one. Okay, so this first one's going to be by itself. So imagine you're opening the very first part of the page. It'll be on the right-hand side. So there's that. I go to the next one. Okay, da-da-da. There's all of my stuff. And as you can see, I also have the text formatted at the top left, the bottom left, like basically all around the corners in just the way I wanted it to. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. You're able to upload this, it's sized properly, so when you upload it to CreateSpace, it meshes just perfectly with the design, the size that you're going for. The size is pretty good. Like I said before, I didn't toy with any of the size stuff, so I really don't know how to go about changing that, but this should give you a solid start on how to start messing around with all of the features that they have going on there. And how does it turn out?